Before I start, I think we'd like to congratulate to Copernicus for your 10 years anniversary. As what Gary has mentioned, 10 years is actually a long way, and it's actually a very key milestone for any company to achieve. Actually, for AIC, the company I work for, we celebrated 10 years anniversary last year. So I can really feel how you all feel, right? Because we are also a company now. So it's really a lot of achievement that we have gone through for the last 10 years. I believe Copernicus also have achieved a lot over the last 10 years as well. I mean, as you can see from the customer base that you have today, that actually is a very good testimonial for the success achievement for the company. So I would like to congratulate everyone here again for the good achievement over the last 10 years. I know Ghanshyam for 10 years. Like 10 years ago, he came to the EIC. During then, I don't know him, but the reason why actually I chose to work with Copernicus then is because he actually portrayed as a person that's very sincere, very accommodative, and very helpful. And I had to be very grateful to him because for the first 3 years of the setting up of IT division in the company, he actually helped us a lot. Whenever we hit into trouble with resources or in projects, he will never fail to actually come and assist us. And sometimes even went the extra miles to help us to succeed in projects. For that, I have to thank Ghanshyam again. Though it's already 10 years ago or 8 years ago, but I will still remember that the great effort they were putting to help us. And I believe that's also one of the key success factors that he probably inculcated into the company DNA, right? To be sincere, to be helpful, to be accommodating to the customer. And that's where I believe these ingredients actually is the key ingredients that makes Copernicus very successful for the last 10 years and become where you are to achieve the result that you have today. But I congratulate all of you again for all this hard work. Yeah. Lastly, I think I would probably actually share that in healthcare industry, in this COVID situation, I think the digitalization, the IT demand is going to be very high. Right. So there are a lot of opportunities that we can explore in IT. So I actually look forward if there's opportunity I can work with Copernicus again in the IT PPF. That's something I will look forward to. Right. So with that, I would just want to say happy birthday to your 10 years birthday and hope you all enjoy your celebration today. Right. And keep up the good work.
First of all, congratulations for your 10th company anniversary. It's a great pleasure, and I remember I've seen you grow through the company, and we know each other since Deloitte times itself. So few things that comes in my mind when I think about Copernicus, especially the customized approach you take on projects with Menarani. For instance, like when you know the complexity of the project and the functional domain, I have seen Copernicus deploy the specific business analysts who has prior knowledge in that functional domain. So we didn't see the same business analyst coming again and again, even though they were with Copernicus. But when we find that, okay, this business analyst is required for a project with the supply chain, or you choose the business analyst for projects with the regulatory affairs who has prior experience on a functional requirement. So that's something we appreciate. And I also appreciate Copernicus for their adaptability in managing the clients within Menarani itself. So if I were to recall, I am even from your end-to-end client management. Nowadays, I'm getting even reminders from your accounts pay receivable to follow up with me on the invoices that are with Menarani, because they know that I'm busy and I would not have seen the emails. I get a gentle reminder on the SMS. So that really helps me. So it's a very specific approach, and I don't think not all our partners would be taking this approach. So I really thank you, and I hope that you'll have many more years with Copernicus and see it grow. Thank you all your staff also for your investments.
It's a long journey, and it really needs to be celebrated well. It's 10 years is quite a good and long time to learn, to experiment, to go into new things, new markets, new services, but again, experimenting. And I think and that's also one of the key things which personally I always felt as dealing with Ghanshyam and Copernicus team is around their willingness to experiment with you. And why it's so important for me personally, because my whole journey when in Dimension Data back then, when I switched role from go-to-market to internal IT, my entire role was around experimenting and setting up COEs. So COE is on automation, COE for analytics, COE for again different things which are new. We even thought of blockchains and things like that. So you really need partners and vendors like Kancham and team who are willing to put that extra effort, because it's not really standard out there either, right? So it's a risk for me and my company, and it's risk for Kancham and the team as well, right? And that's where personally I felt that the entire team has been really wonderful, has been really always excited to work and put extra efforts on that. And honestly, I think David talked about the bot, and again, it was one of the I would say flagship product or a complete project that we did, not just from an automation, making a workflow tool and things like that. So I had the opportunity of working on bot, CPQ, BI, workflow, you name the things. And again, they were there to experiment. They were there standing behind to make sure that we succeed with what we are doing. So keep up the good work. And I'm personally also excited because of the smart sheet. I think the tool also has a lot of potential, the way it's structured. I had some past experiences in 2018, have worked with Smartsheet when we were trying some, again, experimenting, as I said, is part of my role. And again, all the more excited to work closely on that front as well, Kancham and team. All the best once again, and happy to have vendor like you support us in our journey.